Hi everyone, I'm Tina, the creative guru with Gems, Paper, Scissors. Thank you for joining me today. We are participating in a Twisted Sister YouTube hop. So join me in this creative moment as we twist a product from our new book into something slightly different. Today, I am going to convert or twist this cute, adorable pony in our Hillside Cottage card making stamp set into a fun Latina influenced pinata. So, what I'm going to do, I actually have one already started, so it has time to dry. So that's pretty much what we're going to do. I'm going to make my own ink pad because I want the rainbow effect. So I'm just going to take some towelettes and layer them up. I'm going to take 3 just to give me some extra push to absorb that ink. And I already have my stamp mounted on my very well-loved block. I'm going to go ahead and stamp onto there to kind of imprint my image enough to guide where I put my re-inkers. Because I want this to be fairly rainbowed and bright and fiesta field, I'm going to put all these really fun layers. I'm starting off with my candy apple re-inker. And then moving on to tangerine. I'm going to cover more of the legs, just a bit. And it's going to do some bleed over and some blending, and that is perfect. Then on to lemonade. Just doing a couple little runnels of that. Green apple is next. I did that a little higher up because I don't want it to take over the lemonade. Then Bluebird is going to cover most of what I'm guessing is the tail area and across my ink splotch and maybe a little bit into the head. Again, I can't get a perfect impression on my little mat, but I get a pretty good idea. And then my grape. And so you can kind of see I have this rainbow blurred mess, which is fantastically fun, that I am now going to use to do my stamping. And so I'm going to just put that over my colors until it looks about right. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect here. I'm going to lift that off, move over to my cardstock, which is a nice little cut of white daisy. I will have the measurements and supplies down below. As you can see, I kind of stamped quite nicely. There's some faint spots, and I could go in and fill those in, but I'm not going to because, true to the Latina flair, I'm going to have some extra sparkle and fun. So I'm taking my pearls in rose gold, Dazzle, Bisque, and robin's egg, and adding some bling to my little pony here that's soon to become a fun little piñata. So I'm taking my robin's egg blue to do kind of a unicorn horn. And you can just get creative with it. It dries smoother, so if there's texture to it, it's not a big deal. And then I'm going to fill in the saddle and whatnot with our Dazzle. Which I will come back to do even more in a bit, because I'm going to do some bisque. And as you can see, by the time you get all of your sparkles and flurries in, you start to hide those fainter points, right? So I'm going to put a little bisque on the saddle space to kind of draw out and emphasize that beautiful Dazzle. Add some dots here and there just to, again, bring that glitter, that shine, that festive mode into this layout. On to returning to the Dazzle to bridge in the bisque and make it really pop. And then I'm going to go on ahead and add a little flurry of tassel kind of a feel where the stirrup is. And finally, the rose gold. And this is just going to fill in a few little accents, including giving the eye a little bit of depth. And you can go ahead and accent however you want. This is just my version of a piñata, based off of piñatas here in our Latina community. So as you can see, that's pretty festive. And I'm going to set this one aside to dry while we move on to the rest of this card. And so I have a card base, and then I cut a 4x5¼ sheet of our Twinkle Toes holographic paper. I'm going to put black and my piñata over. So before we get that far, we're going to stamp one more thing onto this fantastic piñata. I'm going to do Party On, because this is a party, right? Piñatas are great for celebrations and parties. And I'm going to use our Pennant banner alphabet. And I'm going to take a piece of scrap white daisy cardstock so that I can do a rock and roll kind of blend. So to do that, I'm taking candy apple and a Bluebird. I'm going to stamp first the entire image in candy apple, or green apple, pardon me. I'm going to do first generation stamping on a scrap. And then I'm going to grab my Bluebird and I'm going to rock my stamp image in the Bluebird. Now I'm going to stamp my image towards the top a bit. I'm going to just have it kind of at a fun angle. I'm going to let that sit for a second. Doesn't need a lot of pressure, just needs a minute to absorb into the fibers. You don't have to do that, but I find I like the stamped image a little bit more when I do. And voila, you've got this nice light green apple in the middle with this nice pop of Bluebird. Then next I'm going to take a scrap of, let's see here, I think I'll go ahead and take a scrap of our Baker's Twine and Raspberry. It is currently on the clearance, so be sure to get your hands on that before it's all gone. Just cut a little snippet. And now I'm going to attach my piñata string because piñatas are hung. So we'll go ahead and place that and let it dry a little. There we go, kind of like that. And I'm going to trim a little extra off because I made it a little bit too long. My poor scissors are old and wore out. It's about time for me to sharpen them again and tidy them up. There we go. So there's that. I'm going to mount it onto the black cardstock using thin 3D foam tape, which will then help adhere my raspberry twine, just like so, onto my cardstock. Tighten that up, turn it over, mount it on black. You can set it to the side or you can try and make it about even, just like so. And then I'm going to use my tape runner to adhere the black mounted image onto my holographic paper. Just like so. And then onto my white daisy card base. Thank you for watching. Please take a moment to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, and then hop on over to Sandy Zimmer's blog YouTube hop video. Have a great day. Bye.